Okay, so for today we're going to be rebuilding this RCA 67.5 volt B battery. And I guess it's appropriate, a throwback word to the late 90s, early 2000s, apropos. Totally appropriate that when we're done, we test it on our vintage RCA battery tester. I don't have a camera person, so I'm not going to be able to show you this, but I'm going to have to work this battery out of this case with that knife there. It's stuck pretty good. So stand by and wish me luck. Well, I ended up unsealing the case to get that out, but it is out. Resealing the case is not going to be a big job. Okay, I have that gluing shut with my tacky glue. That's going to work out okay. Well, I'm not going to sit here and count them, but it appears that this RCA is made up of individual N cells, which is something I never thought of before, but it would not be a very cost-effective way of doing this. You can get N cells today, all soldered together. There's probably, I'm not going to count them, but there's probably 45 of them. 45 times 1.5, right? Would that be right? 45 and F45 is 23? Yeah, just about. And that's probably what's in there. But anyway, we're going to scrap all of that, and we're going to do something different. We've nipped the spring down, and we're going to install in this some 2032 lithium cells. You can get these very inexpensively on Amazon in bulk. Then we have 22 of them removed from their packages, and we're going to start to load up that holder. And there you have it. There's 22 of them in there. And we're going to do a voltage check now, and we're going to see what we have. On the 67.5 volt scale with nearly 100. I can get it to 100 though. I can add one more battery. I added that battery. It's 23 in there now. Does that make my viewers happy? Believe me, it made no difference. The radio would have been just as happy and played just as long. But there we go. Some tape ensures the cells will not fall out inside the box. Okay, she's reassembled. She's being glued. All of these rubber bands can be removed when it dries, but it's back together. It's being glued currently, and it'll look pretty good in the radio once it's done. It's a functional battery at this point in time. Once again, I can show you 100%. It's a working battery. So truly, this is the quickest way to do it, using the button cells. And believe me, they work. I play radios with these. They work. They work well, in fact. The milliamp capacity of these button cells is about half the original, but the recovery is good. You know, you play them only for a few minutes at a time, just to show that they work. You know, but you can actually listen to them too. They'll play for quite some time. They're very low draw radios, but you could make this a higher capacity. You could put 2 banks of 23s in there, and then you could hook them up in series, parallel. You know, or parallel the batteries together, and then the 2 packs together, red to red, black to black, and then to the terminals, and you'd get a double the capacity, same voltage. You could do that if you wanted to. It's not really necessary, but this is a working, viable battery at this time. So there you have it. This is my working section. Everything that you see here has been rebuilt and working. Everything here in this area, they're all working batteries. So that's my rebuilt section, or recreated. These are not rebuilt. These are recreated. These are just recreations. They're crude, but from a distance they look really nice. And in the radio they look great. You can see from this distance they look great. As I bring them close, you can see the imperfections, but they're not going to be looked at that way when they're inside of a radio. You know, and from a distance they look really, really good. So this is my working section. It's not enough just to have these radios play for me. If they're conversation pieces and you want to talk about them, I'd like to open up the covers and see these vintage looking batteries inside of them. So there you have it. Another one. These bands will come off when she dries. And yeah, an easy, quick way of rebuilding it. This was rebuilt with alkaline 9 volts. This is going to be one that would be used in a radio that you want to play a lot. Just seldom use or to show that the radio works. That's fine. And that's about it. So there you have it.